Duke the Performer is the 9th episode of the 3rd season of the Doris Day Show, and I did not like this episode, and I had a feeling I wouldn't, because I don't like Duke. I do not like the character. I think this is the 3rd episode he's been in, and I just cannot stand him. There's nothing wrong with the performance. He's played by Larry Storch, and he does a great job with the character, but I just hate the character. And I tried to like it, I gave it a chance, but I just couldn't. Duke has decided to change careers and he wants to do this comedy dance performance. And Doris goes along to watch. It's not good. It's terrible. So Duke kind of realizes that this is the case because nobody will hire him, nobody will let him put on a show, and Doris agrees to help out. And we do get a little bit of singing and dancing from Doris Day, which I always love. And then I won't say exactly what happens, I don't want to spoil it, but basically Doris might have to do something she doesn't want to do. And admittedly, what she did and her role in the last part of the episode, I think it worked really well. It was a really good decision. But then we had to watch a performance of Duke for maybe 5 minutes, maybe just under 5 minutes. And it was so boring and not funny and a little bit racist as well. And it was just terrible. And the whole episode is just dull. I didn't care for any of it, apart from, as I said, the brief moment where Doris is singing and dancing with Duke. But it's a terrible, terrible character. I just cannot stand him. I don't know if I'm alone with that. Maybe other people love him, but I hate the character. And then the actual comedy routines in this were terrible. When it was terrible, it was meant to be terrible, and that was fine. But then it was meant to be good at certain parts, and it just wasn't. And maybe it's a product of its time. Maybe that kind of humour would have worked in the 70s, but I certainly don't think that that's the case now. And if anybody remembers watching this in the 70s, I'd love to know if it was funny back then, because I just struggle to see how that would be the case. It was very dull. And even if I liked the character, I still wouldn't have found it very funny. So I cannot really say anything else about the episode. I found it to be very boring. And I had a feeling that would be the case. But I did try. I promise I tried. I went in with an open mind, and the actual narrative seemed like it would be interesting. With Doris helping him out with the performance, I thought we'd get some really great Doris moments. But unfortunately, while Doris is absolutely fine in it, the character is absolutely fine, it's just not good. I don't like it, and unfortunately, Duke the Performer is one of my least favourite episodes, and I just hope this is the last we see of Duke.